Traffic moving at a glacial pace out there. Lots of taillights on that picture. 390 at Buffalo Road looking okay. 590 at Browncroft. There doesn't appear to be any issues. Keep in mind, folks, oh, look at this. We're getting a zoom in. 390 at Buffalo Road. Look at that backup. Traffic moving very slowly out there. Again, be mindful of those conditions out on the road. Temperatures are in the teens, which means there will be slick spots, whether you want them to be there or not. Give yourself extra time on the roads and give other drivers extra space.
Yeah, we're away from the computers right now, but we'll keep our eye on that traffic data and let you know if there are any crashes. And hey, with all the winter weather, you may be looking for a good way to stay fit while staying out of the snow. And if you haven't tried pickleball yet, what are you doing?
Yeah, honestly, have you tried pickleball?
No, which is why I felt guilty reading that.
I know. I haven't tried it either, but apparently there are no shortage of courts within the Rochester region to make it easy to break a sweat inside and maybe learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
13 Wham's Chris Lopez is live at Fairport Pickleball, getting a refresher on the game. Christopher?
Hey, what's up, guys? So, refresher, not in this hit. My hits have been going too slow. I've had Eric trying to teach me the game throughout the morning. I completely forgot when it was National Pickleball Day. These guys are moving much faster than what I was doing. So we're going to commentate. We're going to talk about some of the rules of the game, why these players are doing what they're doing, and talk to them a little bit about their experiences here at Fairport Pickleball. So what do we got going on right here?
Yeah, so right now we have a little bit of a doubles match going on. So Anthony, who's serving over there, will start back, call the score out, and the serve has to be cross court. Right now you see that he's moving up to that kitchen line and playing a slower game. So the reason he's playing a slower game right now, and why they're all playing a slower game, is that they're waiting for their shot. They're waiting for their opportunity. So Joe popped that ball up to Keith. Keith should have put that one away. So at the same time, even though pickleball is going to be a fast sport, we're always being patient and we're always waiting for our shot. We're not trying to rush something.
Just a ton of just game planning between. Now, are they discussing that at all in between the sets?
So they are and they aren't. So if they find a weakness that's working for them, they're going to continue to exploit that weakness. So if there's one person on the other side that they know that they can hit the ball to and win the point easier, they will do that. But right now, they're doing the best that they can to keep that ball going and just seeing if they can win the point.
And Eric, I want to talk cheap shots real quick. Yeah. There is a cheap shot when it comes to pickleball, and what is that?
It's called the body bag.
Okay.
So the body bag is when you're looking for that opportunity to win a point quick, and you're trying to hit that ball at the person in front of you at the other side of the net. So it's sometimes can be a little unruly and a little mean, but at the same time, you know, it's the quickest way to win a point.
And natural break in the game right now. Oh, well, right now. Okay. Hey, fellas, I want to talk to you guys real quick. What is your name?
Mike.
Mike. And from what I understand, you are pretty much the first member here.
Pretty much. One of the OGs for sure.
How has your experience been here? It's been open for about a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. Phenomenal. The place is great. Best courts in town. Beautiful weather every day.
Do you have any pickleball experience before you came here, or any sports experience that related?
About a year, like playing at the parks locally.
And what's the hardest part about pickleball?
Controlling yourself. You want to hit it so hard, but you're not supposed to, right? You got to be nice and easy.
Yeah, Eric telling me to be nice and easy until there's a way to go a little bit harder. Pretty hard to do. I want to talk to you as well. How long have you been going here? First of all, what is your name?
My name is Keith Trammell, and I've been here since day one when they opened. And it's just the best facility in the whole city, in my opinion. So my game has improved tenfold since I've been playing here on the great courts and everything. So.
Advice for anyone wanting to try out pickleball but is kind of a little bit intimidated from watching how fast you guys went?
Stick with it.
Yeah?
Yeah, just stick with it and you'll learn. It's not a hard game to understand, but getting all the the intricacies down is a little tricky, but just stick with it and you'll do great.
Okay, I'm going to back off. I'm going to let you guys play. We're going back to Eric right now. What's the hardest part about pickleball?
I would say the hardest thing about pickleball is being patient.
Okay.
Being patient is probably the hardest thing about pickleball. You always want to hit the ball hard. You always want to win the point quick, just like Mike probably said.
Yep.
And it's just being patient at the end of the day, making sure that you're not making that last shot on the court.
And the growth of pickleball, It's grown so much in the past 4 years, really since COVID. I was reading on USA Pickleball, 223% boom. What do you think that's attributed to? You used to play tennis.
Yeah, so I think it definitely comes to the fact that pickleball is more accessible. There's more time and more opportunity to play. It's not so expensive as other sports are, such as tennis, and also building that community. The pickleball communities around the country are phenomenal, very inviting and very warm.
When you guys open here at Fairport?
So we've been open a year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time, though, if someone wants to come in here?
So we open at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Other days at 8 a.m. and we're open till 10 p.m.
And you provide lessons?
Yep, I do. So if you
Okay.
want to come and learn, I'm here.
Check him out. He has been great all morning. We're going to see if we can challenge these two, one of these four, two of these four on the court for a doubles match. See if I got any better, I don't know. Competition-wise, what are you thinking?
I think we'll be fine.
All right, he's lying to me, but we'll find out. Back to you guys in the studio.
Christopher, I have a question for you. Is the kitchen sink, is that what it's called? Or the kitchen?
It's just the kitchen.
Is that considered out of, okay, laugh at me like you're a pro. Whatever. Is the kitchen considered out if I volley the ball back to you and it lands in the kitchen? Is that out?
No, everything is a go. If the ball lobbies into the kitchen, that's a go.
Cook.
Let him cook. All right, Chris, thank you. And speaking of Chris, his little feature story today will lead us into our poll of the day. This morning, we're asking you, what is your favorite winter sport? It doesn't have to be outside.
No. Your options, though, we did include some outdoor options. Skiing or snowboarding, snowshoeing, running, or something indoors. We do want to know what you have to say. Scan that QR code on your screen with your smartphone. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in on this poll. You can share the poll. You can comment below the poll. As long as you're friendly, we'll go over those results for you coming up at the end of the 9 o'clock hour.
Your answer?
Something indoors. The gym.
Yeah.
The gym. I've been really liking cycling. I like the stationary bike in the gym.
Yeah.
I told you, I don't know, this past spring, I used a Peloton for the first time. And kind of at a hotel, I fell in love with that thing. But listen, it's going to turn into a very expensive Wi-Fi coat rack in my house if I buy one.
I don't know.
I'm not going to do it.
If you bought it, you'd stick with it. I like to justify the purchase by saying, how many times do I have to use this to get my money's worth?
Yeah, you know how many things I own in my house that aren't justifiable at this point?
I would say at least two.
At least. It's 1.7, thank you.
There we go. All right, hey, we have a lot more to get to here on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we have this month's Wealth Wednesday.
We are back after this, and don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are this morning. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this.
welcome back for this week's Wealth Wednesday. We are going to be getting a closer look at how to set goals for ourselves and thrive in 2025.
And as always, we're joined now by our friend and wealth advisor, Jarrett Felton, with more this morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Happy New Year.
There you go. And every meal's a feast.
We like it.
You got it.
All right, so
Yep.
let's talk about it. 2025, a lot of us we want to set ourselves up for success. 2025, we are a quarter century in to this. Let's make the next 75 years solid.
Right, absolutely. The first thing to do to be thriving in 2025 is to make sure we stop saying it's 2024. And I caught myself saying that a couple different times. So let's just start with that. That's the basics, easy peasy. Let's keep it pushing. Something that I would love to talk about, there's 4 things by the end of this conversation today, there's 4 things you can take away and try and do. It's free and it's easily able to implement. Number 1, I would say let's take a look at the debts that we have maybe accumulated over last year or maybe even some people over their lives. They tend to snowball, meaning compounding interest, what could be from personal loans, credit cards, student loans, whatever they may be. I would say tackling debt. We have a nice long runway. The beautiful thing is it's early January. So we have a good 11 and a half months of a runway to try and put a plan together. And if we're having hard time struggling with regards to how do we pay off debts and which ones do, we could maybe line them all up based on which interest rates are highest and tackle those first. Or we could take a look at the discretionary incomes that we have coming in. And once we do that, we can start making some extra payments on those higher interest rates. Credit cards, debts that you may be accumulated. So I think paying debt is the first thing before we start talking about 2, 3, and 4.
When you're tackling that debt, though, there are a couple of different mindsets. Start with the largest debt, or the one with the highest interest rate, or start with the smallest, because then it gives you a little momentum.
Right. So I think this boils down to personality type, and hopefully you know yourself best. But nowadays, a lot of people walking around where other people know you better than you. But when we take a look at interest rates and debt, there's the one mindset where we take a look at which interest rate is highest, we pay that down first, and then we tackle the next one that has the highest interest rate, and we start tackling it that way. The other way is take a look at which balance is biggest, regardless of interest rate. And sometimes that'll give people a win. If you have maybe a Discover, Bank of America, Citibank card that has a $200 credit card balance and you have another one that has $5,000, maybe tackling that smaller balance first will give you that win, that zhuzh that you need.
Carries you
through that momentum, the wind in your sails, so you can start tackling all the rest. So it's just really a mindset, but from a financial perspective, we want to make sure that you pay the least amount of interest to the credit card companies or banks as possible.
Sure.
So I tend to lean more towards interest rate first.
Very good.
Got
All
it.
right, that was step 1. That's the biggest
Yeah,
mountain.
it really is. Sometimes it's hard to think about saving for retirement if you're so-called drowning in debt.
Sure is.
So we got to tackle the problem at the source.
All right, let's get to step 2.
Yeah, step 2, pay yourself first once we get through that step, or at least we have a plan. So we all, where we work, usually have retirement plans, employer-sponsored plans, 401ks, 403bs. Once again, the beauty of this long runway for 2025 and how to thrive is paying yourself first. For people that are under 50 years old, you can put away $23,500 into your retirement plan through work, or if it's a 401k or a 403b. So if you are paid bi-weekly, like a lot of places, it's around $904 a paycheck. Some people say, that sounds like a lot, but there are different ways to look at this. It could be on a pre-tax basis, so you don't really feel the impact as much, or if your plan allows for Roth contributions or after-tax contributions, you may feel it more, get taxed now, but in retirement, that money could be tax-free. So when I say pay yourself first, it means just pull the money off the top out of your paycheck before it hits your hot little hands. As you were talking about when you were growing up, your mom gave you the 24 rule before you spend stuff. Guess what? You didn't have to do that if your mom just never either paid you and put it aside or took it off the top and gave you what was left.
There you go.
That's a good point.
Just saying, it is what it is.
I like it.
Yeah,
all right, what do we got next?
Sure. So something out there for those investors, for those that have portfolios, whether it be retirement or non-retirement, a little overlooked, I guess an overlooked aspect of a retirement account or a feature is what's called reinvesting your dividends. So if you have a mutual fund or if you have certain stocks that pay dividends, you have an option as a consumer, as an investor, as to where those dividends go when they come to you. You can have them settle inside of the account, and they usually just defer to a cash position, which is not getting any interest usually. Or you can check a box or hit a button and have those dividends reinvested to buy more of the same security or fund or ETF that you had purchased. So what that could do for you, I guess it's all about opportunity cost and what you might lose if you don't. So I'm not saying that everybody needs to do that, because if you owned a business, maybe you don't plow every dollar back into it and reinvest. But from an investment perspective, most people don't pay attention that much every single day micromanaging their investments. So if you set it, forget it, reinvest dividends and turn it off down the road, hey, we got a nice long year where that could really help you out, acquire some more shares, not knowing what's going to happen in the stock market. If we have a pullback, you're reinvesting and buying shares of stock or mutual funds at a lower price. Who doesn't like a good sale?
Everybody.
It's just most people are emotional, will not buy stocks on sale because they get nervous.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So reinvesting of dividends takes the emotion and the thought process out of it. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it is something to consider, and it's often overlooked.
We've got about 30 seconds left, and you still have one more step, yes?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I'll wrap it up in 20 or less. So the last one is your insurances, and that's a very vague topic, but it could be more so relating to your auto insurance, your homeowner's insurance, and for those pet lovers out there that have pet insurance. I guess what I'm just trying to get at is there's things called deductibles, right? And with health insurance, there's co-pays. Make sure that you have the right type of insurance and the appropriate amount of deductible. We don't want to have these 4 steps on when we get to some catastrophic event this year with a car accident, hence all this wonderful weather we got going on in upstate New York, or something happens with your house, the roof caves in, furnace, and now you're back in more debt, and now we have to revert to step 1. So I gave you these steps today in order of priority so that we don't have to worry about later on down the list affecting the first part of the list. So making sure your deductibles are tight and making sure that you have enough money set aside to accommodate. That's it.
Good
Was
stuff.
that 20 seconds? I don't know. I wasn't timing myself.
I think there's a little bit more, but that's okay. That's okay. For somebody sitting at home, where can they go to learn more, or if they want to sit down with you personally, where do they go?
Yeah, absolutely. Investment is the name of my firm, invessent.com, and that's the website down below. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
Look at that.
So if you all have any questions, you can just reach out to us. We're always here to serve the community.
Very
Perfect.
good. Thank you, Jarrett. We appreciate it. Time right now is 8:21. We have much more to get to here on our Rochester. When we come back, we're going behind the story.
We're back right after this.
Welcome back. We're going behind the story now, taking a closer look at some of the top headlines that we are following this morning.
We certainly are, and we want to turn to the disturbing new details in a murder-suicide case in Brighton.
Yeah, investigators say 53-year-old Lawrence Mancuso killed his 11-year-old daughter Anne and her grandmother Mary before taking his own life.
Stephanie Joseph joins us in the newsroom this morning with more on what police are saying led to this incident. Steph?
Yeah, guys, Brighton police tell us that they had no previous domestic violence-related encounters with Mancuso. Now, investigators also say that just a day before this tragedy, Lawrence Mancuso called police about a custody issue. He was reportedly upset that his child was being cared for by her maternal grandmother instead of him while his ex-wife was out of town. We've been told the two had been divorced for several years, but then 24 hours later, officers responded to a home finding the 11-year-old shot on her neighbor's front porch, and next door they found the bodies of her father and grandmother.
Steph, tell us about Lawrence Mancuso's whereabouts last Friday. I guess there was an update from police?
Yes, so it is believed that he made at least 2 stops, one of them being that there was a purchase of alcohol. We're also aware that one of the firearm used in this tragedy had actually been taken from a family's home in Greece. It was among several firearms that were taken from that home.
And Steph, we know that the community has been honoring Anne, the 11-year-old who was killed. Tell us about some of the ways that they've been doing so.
Yeah, we reported on a vigil happening just over the weekend. It's one of 11 days to honor Anne's life as she was 11 years old. So neighbors, of course, coming together. We did a story as well with another reporter where they spoke to a parent whose daughter had been friends with Anne. Anne was actually her first friend and said that she was good and had a kind, big heart. She made her feel welcome at her new school. So everyone definitely feeling this tragedy across the community.
And I know when we talk about topics like this, it can be very triggering for some that are living in situations where domestic violence is present or prevalent in their life. Talk to us about resources, because we are fortunate enough to live in a community where there is no shortage of resources for those who need help.
That is for sure. One resource that we have been pointing to, as well as Brighton Police Department saying it yesterday in a story that was done with a reporter, is the Willow Domestic Violence Center's hotline number, and that number 585-222-SAFE. It's available 24/7. And we also, of course, you guys did that interview yesterday with the CEO talking about what it's like to help a family member that may be in a situation like this, and some steps that you should not take in terms of helping them get some help.
And that information posted on our website, both 13wham.com and foxrochester.com.
A good reminder, help is always out there.
Absolutely.
All right, Steph, thank you. Time right now is 8:26. We still have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester.
Don't go anywhere. We're back after this. 8:29 this Wednesday morning. Thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. Thank you for sticking with us here. We still have a lot to get to coming up in the next hour and a half, but we're going to take a look at the forecast right now because the snow is coming down out there.
It certainly is. Meteorologist Marty Snyder joining us here on ARC. We're talking about that forecast. This is like, what is this, day 2 now that we're seeing pretty consistent snow?
Yeah, and it's just on and off. We're going to add more days to it as well. We're just kind of stuck in this pattern where, it's not going to be a huge amount of snow, but it's just that little bit over time here and there. And you can see how the bands are pretty narrow. So it's one of those cases where we're going to see a lot of variation. A lot of them in general are pushing down the line, but the bands all are pushing southward as they do so. So that's going to cause some areas to get under some heavy snow, and then a lot of that pushes south and away, and then the next band may try to work in, but you can see a lot of that being detected mainly to the west right now, even some areas down into Wyoming County, Livingston County, those areas getting into some of that moderate snow right on that 28 corridor that is where a lot of it's lining up at this point, even across the Rochester area. Again, we have been seeing that snow still try to hold on. It's one of those stories we're going forward today. I think most areas will stay in about a trace to an inch range of accumulation. A couple places where those bands line up just a little bit longer and just kind of linger for a little bit. Could see close to 2 inches of snow, but as you can see, temperatures really not moving that far. So overall, it's that really light and fluffy snow that we're going to see since temperatures will be in the upper teens. But overall, it just kind of sticks around. And there's that view outside where even just probably 15 minutes ago it was looking kind of ominous out there with a lot of that snow that was across the area. But even if you look closely, it looks like maybe a little break of sun trying to work in there in a few places.
Yeah,
Look at that.
There it is. The view from the Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker. You can see that the roads are they're damp out there. And Dan made a good point earlier. It's below freezing, which means there may be some slick spots. Good chances are there are going to be slick spots.
Exactly.
But that sunshine is, a good thing we can focus on. Positive news, I suppose.
It's going to be nice. Yeah, a little bit of that trying to work in. And I can't stress enough that a lot of these areas are going to vary. This, I think, if I'm looking right, I think we're at Clover Street almost to Jefferson right now, headed southbound. And this area is one that saw one of those bursts of snow move through probably about a half hour ago or so. But as you can see with that traffic and with plow activity, it's been taken care of a little bit. But like you mentioned, Abby, with temperatures as they are, if it looks like it's a little bit wet, just kind of treat it as though it could be a little ice involved in there as well.
Talk to me quickly about, because I know we've mentioned this before, we've talked about it in the past, the science behind salt. Isn't there a breaking point where the salt is no longer effective when it's below a certain temperature or something like that? I don't know.
Technically, it's 0 degrees Fahrenheit. That's where the 0 came from for 0 Fahrenheit. That is the temperature that you can cool water down to. And once you get down below that point, if it's saturated with salt, the salt's not going to have much of any impact. So that's where that 0 is based at on the Fahrenheit scale.
Oh,
so technically it's 0, but as far as applying half of Retzoff to the road to get us, to melt the snow at 0, that's practically, it's not going to happen when you get with those temperatures in the single digits. But yeah, that's where that came from, that 0 on the Fahrenheit scale. That's how that was established.
Something new every day.
Yeah, seriously.
No idea.
Wondering, Marty, if there's going to be any melting happening with the snow.
Probably not a whole lot today. Most of it's going to be the man-made melting that we see play out with salt. But yeah, that little bit of sunshine that we see work through with the sun being so low in the sky this time of year, I just don't really see it helping out all that much. Maybe a couple little pockets where it kind of accelerates the salt just a little bit more in those places where salt's applied. But yeah, as far as any wide-scale melting playing out with any sunshine that we see today, it's going to be tough to get that to happen. And this time of year, we're up against that with the sun getting so low in the sky this time of year. We're just coming into that lowest point where it's in the sky there, and that really kind of inhibits that melting and even heating the afternoons, as we're going to see today.
Yeah. I know we've talked about it. You've talked about it 6 dozen times so far this morning. But for somebody who's just tuning in, just waking up, what are we expecting for the next 5-6 days? More snow?
Yeah, and it's going to be that on and off type stuff. The one thing we're going to be watching closely is going into tonight, especially to the east, Wayne County, eastern Monroe, depending on how far west it tries to migrate. Could be a couple pockets of 2 to 4 inch range accumulation. There is a winter weather advisory that's in effect for Wayne County, specifically for that overnight time frame tonight when that does make its way through. So it'll be overnight tonight into the morning commute tomorrow morning. So that's that next one that we're going to be watching, especially east of Rochester early tomorrow. And then after that, we kind of quiet things down a little bit with the snow. It starts to back off, maybe a little more sun by the end of tomorrow. Not that it's going to warm up all that much, but you know, we have to take it in small steps. That'll be the next step in the right direction.
Get the vitamin D anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then the bright side, the positive of all of it, we have seen and experienced so much worse.
Yes.
So true.
It could be worse.
So true. Yeah, we're talking, what was it, back on the anniversary of the 96 storm that we just talked about on January 3rd. Yeah, that was a whole lot worse than what we have been seeing this year.
Sure was.
We'll look at it that way.
There we go.
You take your wins where you can get them.
Very true.
That is a good motto for life.
It's a story for life. Yes, I agree.
Marty, thank you.
Sure.
All right, time right now is 8:34. We still have a lot to get to coming up on ARC Rochester, including when we come back. We are once again checking in with Chris Lopez. He is hitting the court this morning.
He's trying to make it to the Olympics. I don't know if he has what it takes. We'll find out together.
Find out. Don't forget, take us wherever you are on the go. 13 Wham's YouTube channel is streaming live.
Move your body.
I liked that.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah. All right. So I feel like winter's here. We all know that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Newsflash. It's probably pretty hard to find a way to stay fit if you're typically a person that likes to exercise outdoors. But Chris Lopez is giving us some new ideas this morning.
He is. Chris, you are working on your backhand there with that pickleball paddle.
I am, and I'm going to put it to test in competition in just a second. I want to talk to some players on the court, though. They've been going at it for about a few minutes now. This is Joe and Andy. Andy was a professional golfer. I'm going to find out what Joe does in a moment. Joe, Do you have any paddle sports or any ball sport kind of experience before you took on pickleball?
Yeah, I came from racquetball world.
How similar is pickleball to racquetball, or unsimilar?
Somebody put a net in my way.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And then your experience here, what's it like being here, member here? How long have you been a member here?
Probably a year.
A year?
Yeah.
And what's it like? You guys seem pretty close on the court, talking trash. It seems really fun.
Yeah, it's a good group. It's a good group of guys. Yeah.
What keeps you coming back here, though? Besides the pickleball, of course.
Yeah. Just, it's a good workout. You're running, just keep going.
Breaking a sweat?
Yeah.
Gonna break a sweat in the moment. And then, Andy, you used to, are a professional golfer. Yep. What drew you to pickleball? How'd you find yourself on the courts?
My friend in Florida invited me one day, and I was like, I don't want to play that. That's for old guys, Then I played once, and I didn't
addicting.
Stop. Yes, correct. I didn't stop. I've been playing 7 years now.
Is it easy to learn, kind of hard to master? Is that kind of it? Or?
I wouldn't say it's easy to learn.
No?
It's not. Yeah, it's if you have an athletic background, maybe. But yeah, it's not something you can just pick up, I don't think, and play solid. Yeah.
No, I know, and I'm definitely an example of that. We're gonna find out in a moment. We're gonna be playing with these two, Joe and Andy. I'm paired up with Eric, my mentor, throughout the morning. A doubles match. Let's put this down. Let's get down to business. What?
Yeah, so you're going to stand behind that white line. Behind the white line. Get this ball back.
Go! All right, that's...
Just out. Now you're up, I'm back.
Okay.
Turn again.
Okay, backing up.
Yep, there you go.
Nice shot.
There you go. Push your feet out of the way.
Okay.
Alright, I'll do first.
Okay, all right.
Into the box,
okay. This should be easy. Watch this. Wait, what? Bounce it?
Bounce it if you want.
All right. Into the box.
Let it bounce? Yeah. All right, there we go. Now stay back. Remember, we gotta let that ball bounce when it comes back.
Fairport Pickleball opens 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can switch off. Okay. These guys are good, man. These guys are good. Send them back to you guys in the studio. I'm gonna keep working on my game, though. Okay.
I kind of wish I could go to the gym on the job.
It's a little silly, don't you think? Mm-hmm. It's like we're watching the tennis channel around here. Well, we have actual work to do.
Who watches that?
So I'm sure some people do. Never mind.
Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. It's this week's Geared for Growth.
Yeah, we're back after this.
Welcome back. 9:46 this Wednesday morning. The Rochester area has a lot of amazing restaurants, and there's a group of them that work with one local hospitality firm to make sure they provide the best experience a guest can get.
Yeah, for this week's edition of Geared for Growth, partnered with Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce, we're talking all about that business. That is SCN Hospitality. Joining us now is the owner and CEO, Josh Miles. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
I think I got all the letters in order, right? SCN Hospitality.
That is correct.
Yes. All right. Bonus points for me. Let's get right into it. Tell everybody a little bit about what it is that you do.
So we have a hospitality company based here in Rochester. My wife, Jenna Miles, and I started it in 2013 with the inception of our first restaurant, The Revelry.
Ah.
Big fan.
Thank you. I'm a transplant from South Carolina. I came from Charleston, and I wanted to bring Southern hospitality to Rochester. So we started with The Revelry, and we immediately started growth. We started a consulting wing. We took over food and beverage for the Strathallan Hotel, which is iconic hotel property in Rochester. We did that for a near decade. And in between there, in the balance of time, we opened Bronca in Bushnell's Basin. We opened Buffalo Per Honey in downtown Rochester, Bronca Midtown, downtown Rochester, Velvet Belly in downtown Rochester, out in the public market, and Ziggy's, our sports bar, which is in the public market, and ultimately Patron Saint, which is our newest restaurant, which is a classic American steakhouse downtown.
You know what's funny? You're naming off all of these restaurants, and they're all familiar. My folks are coming into town. They live in Nashville. They're coming into town, and I typed in best restaurants in Rochester, and pretty much every single one that you listed comes right up on that list, whether it's Yelp reviews or Travel Advisor or whatever.
Or me at the desk, because Bitter Honey has some banging vegan food.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, everything is great. It's got a... Clearly, you're passionate about it if you're putting so much time and effort into these restaurants and businesses.
Absolutely. It is something, the industry had me since a young age, and I left it a little bit, and it's always something that I've gravitated back towards and 100% passionate about it. You know, through the 12 years that we've been in this community, I've been in here 15. I was with Wegmans before, but when we started this, we've grown the business to now 265 employees. So the impact that we've had on the community, and both from our guest standpoint and from our employee standpoint, we couldn't be more proud and thankful and humbled by it.
For someone sitting at home, and for us, because quite honestly, I'm not 100% sure I have the full concept of it, what are the services, though, that you guys offer?
Full-scale, full-service restaurants are our primary focus.
So from the ground up, that's you guys?
Absolutely. That's the construction of everything. That's the planning and procedure of everything that goes into operating restaurants. And we also consult as well, but that is a much more smaller portion of our business than what we do out of our brick and mortar every day.
How neat is that?
Yeah.
You know, looking ahead here to the future, do you have your eye on other properties in the area or nearby areas where you're thinking to yourself, that would be, you know, maybe we're interested in putting something here or picking up this building?
At the current time, growth is starting to come to a little bit of a halt. And what we're doing is, you know, we just opened a restaurant that we've been working on very hard for. So it's about getting that really refined and offering the best we can there, along with going back to the beginning with the Revelry. We're working on a slight reconceptualization of that, and we've got some surprises up our sleeve for that. But in terms of future growth, it's really about making what we have the best it can be.
A little bit of perfectionism in there, I sense.
Yes. The community is only so large. The community has the only need. So we're just going to make sure that we're focused on what we have, and you know, from there it'll be just it's refinement at this point.
You're doing well, but in our book.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your message for people out there who are thinking of themselves, gosh, I would love to get into something like this, you know, the hospitality business. I have no idea how to get started. You know, what would be your message to young people or anybody out there?
You know, I think it's about go for it and find somebody within the community that you can maybe see as a mentor and put your all into it. And I feel like that's you're never going to yield a negative result out of putting your all into it.
I like it. Hey, thank you so much for waking up bright and early and coming in. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Best of luck. Time right now is 8:51. We have much more to get to here on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We're back on the other side of the break.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's your ARC Rochester news break. We'll start out this morning with a crash that's happening on I-390 northbound at I-590. That's exit 15. This is involving a school bus. Taking a look at your drive times at the moment right now, you're seeing that slowdown on 390. Why don't we take a look here, see if we can pull that up. You see that bus in the median area, and off in the trees area, there were some first responders with flashing lights on scene. At this point, we do not know if anyone was injured on the bus or if there were any children on board. This did happen around 8 a.m. So just within this hour this morning, we will be sure to bring you more details as soon as we learn more. As for another crash that happened on I-390 exit 9, just be careful if you are in this area. It is causing some slowdowns. Another crash to be aware of is I-490 westbound Commercial Street or exit 24 as well. You see those red spots on the map right there. That indicates that there are crashes going on. As we've been saying throughout the morning, make sure that you are taking it slow if you have to head out in these directions. And the view from the Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker out there for us, it seems like roads in this area are pretty clear. But again, just be sure that you are taking it slow where you can. Of course, we know that trucks are still getting out and tending to roads. So be careful again as you head outside because there are a number of crashes that we are seeing. 2 suspects are in custody after a home invasion robbery on the city's west side. Now, it happened just after 3 this morning on Clay Avenue. Police say when officers arrived, 2 male suspects ran out of the house and were taken into custody after a foot chase. We're told there were several people inside the house at the time, including multiple children. They were not hurt. RPD says they will provide more information once it becomes available. Dozens of community members demanding change at the Spencerport School Board meeting. Neighbors supporting the sick family and taking a stand against what they call relentless bullying at Cosgrove Middle School. This comes after 2 students were arrested by Greece Police and the Monroe County Sheriff's Office in connection to alleged bullying of 8th grader Leah Sick, both on and off school property. It was an emotional night as Leah's father, Sean, demanded more be done to protect all students in the district.
These kids are running the school. That's what it really comes down to. We're just the teachers, the staff. You guys are just there, and the students know it.
I want to get the word out to the Board of Education members to show them that we're serious. Change needs to happen.
The school district citing its comment further, but pointed to earlier statements. A snowplow driver is recovering after being hit by a car on Rochester's west side. Now, this happened just after 9 last night at Lake Avenue and Lotta Road. Police say the plow driver, a 36-year-old man, was getting out of his truck when he was hit by a driver who was trying to go around him. He was taken to the hospital with what we're told are non-life-threatening injuries. The driver accused of hitting him was issued citations. In other news, the nation continues to remember former President Jimmy Carter this morning. Yesterday, his remains were transferred to D.C. before his state funeral tomorrow. Members of Congress, led by Georgia's senators, honoring Carter's legacy, including his military career, time in office, and humanitarian work. Vice President Kamala Harris delivering a eulogy for the 39th president during a ceremony.
Jimmy Carter's work and those works speak for him, louder than any tribute we can offer. May his life be a lesson for the ages and a beacon for the future.
Now tomorrow, President Joe Biden will deliver a eulogy at Carter's funeral inside the Washington National Cathedral. Carter will then be laid to rest in his hometown of Plains, Georgia, alongside his wife of 77 years, Rosalind. Now, for all of these top stories and any updates, be sure to visit our website, 13wham.com. Stick around. Arc Rochester is back right after this.
Wednesday morning. It's January 8th. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We still have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester, including this week's edition of Spatchcock Funk, where they are making a dish that apparently everyone is going to love.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, listen, it is, but it was written for me.
Okay, all right, and then later we'll go over the results for our poll of the day. Earlier this morning, we asked you, what is your favorite winter sport? The options are skiing / snowboarding, snowshoeing, running, or something indoors.
Yeah, and we do want you to weigh in. Grab your smartphone, scan that QR code. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in on this poll. You can share the poll. You can comment below the poll. And if you're nice and if you're lucky, we'll share some of those remarks for you coming up at the end of the hour.
All right, but before all of that, we're going to turn now to a story that we have been following closely. Starting this spring, major changes are coming to airports across the country.
Yeah, travelers who want to fly means we're joined by our own Christian Garzone, who has been following this story for us. Christian, I know that this deadline has been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, but here it is.
Here it is. May 7th is the day. A real ID is needed to fly domestic flights May 7th. Across the country. Now, license is still fine. It says not for federal purposes in the corner. That's still good to go. But a real ID will have a sort of a black Captain America star in the corner. And this allows you greater access to things like federal facilities, some military bases, but also domestically, you need this real ID in place. The background check is a bit more rigorous when it comes to obtaining one of these. You got to prove your citizenship, Social Security, residency. So this goes back to 2005. Congress passed the Real ID Act. And that really stemmed from the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks. And they said, we want to put this in place to have, again, a more rigorous background check for IDs. And it's been, like you said, delayed. COVID didn't help anything, certainly. So here we are. May 7th is the day, and the airport says, you want to have this in place. We do not want to turn people away. You'll have a lot of problems boarding a flight if you don't have this.
Okay, so what is the difference between a real ID and an enhanced license?
That's a great question, Abby. An enhanced ID has the American flag, the beautiful American flag in the corner. You can have that, and you can drive to Canada or Mexico with it. Our news director, Ed, told me he has when he drives to Canada. Don't know what he does up there. That's his business. But it's just an ID that is a little more money compared to a real ID, more privileges. Really, it comes down to driving to Canada and Mexico if you want to.
And I know you spent some time at the airport talking to Andy Moore, the airport director, about that. I think we've got some sound from him on the difference there.
I mean, it does standardize the identification process, and also, you know, by having the real ID or the enhanced ID, like I have an enhanced ID, it does have minimum qualifications with that. So certain standards that they look at for checks on individuals. And so it should make things flow smoother if everybody has real ID.
And that is certainly the hope with any time you go to the airport. You want those things to go smoothly.
And I should point out, a passport trumps all of this.
Okay.
Domestic travel, international travel. You got a passport, you're good. I'm just going to renew my passport. I'm not going to get a real ID. I got a driver's license, passport. I'm good. Also, a military ID. I had one of those for years. That works as well for a lot of this stuff. But domestic travel, May 7th, get yourself a real ID.
Documentation when it comes to getting a real ID. I know for the enhanced driver's license, when I did that years ago, you needed a couple of extra pieces of identification to bring to the DMV in order for them to issue that. What do we need for a real ID here?
According to Jamie Romeo, the county clerk, Social Security card, proof of residency, and proof of U.S. citizenship, which I guess that would be like a birth certificate or something. And there's a couple more in there, but it's important to know if you want to get a real ID, you have to set up an appointment with the DMV because they want to sit with you, go through this paperwork, and take you through.
You're at the DMV, you sit down, you do the process. Are you walking away with the ID that day? You know, like let's say a temporary copy?
I think you're walking away with a temporary copy. I don't know the answer. I can reach out to Jamie Romeo, get that for you, but I think you'd walk away with like a temporary copy probably, but I don't know the answer to that one.
I do want to know about cost because I'm sure people at home are wondering, and I believe you spoke to Jamie Romeo yesterday about just that.
I did. The cost is going to run you about $65, the same price as a driver's license. Again, it's like getting a driver's license, but just plussing it up if you want to. Enhanced ID, add about $30 to that, more like $90. But again, real ID, May 7th, same cost as a driver's license, circa $65.
And Christian,
Yeah.
I'm sure that you have gotten some feedback from viewers about this change.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I would imagine some people are fine with it and other people are thinking, okay,
Yeah.
it's just another thing that I have to do.
Yeah.
What have you kind of heard?
There's not enough regulation in New York State. Can we agree on that one? No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. But I don't think some people, didn't read the article fully. God bless them. But some people are saying, oh, there's another cost. Well, Real ID is really the same price as a driver's license. So if I go to get my driver's license and I say, hey, I just want a Real ID, make an appointment, really the same cost. Enhanced ID is where that extra cost comes in. That's like $90.
And there's no surprise here. We all knew it was coming for 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. It's hard to believe it's 20 years. 2005 seems like yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 years ago they passed the Real ID Act and it's been put in place. And again, it's across the country. You go to the TSA website, you'll see various state licenses with that black sort of Captain America star in the corner, California, Nevada, whatever. It's just, it's a federal thing. There it is again on the screen for you. But yeah, May 7th, Real ID to board domestic flights, gotta have it. But a passport, again, trumps everything, so.
And then just looking at some of the bullet points there, Real ID is optional, not needed for the following: license to drive, voting, or registering to vote, so on and so forth. Ultimately, though, getting on the plane, starting in May, you're going to need that.
And again, some federal facilities, some military bases will allow you to go through with that Real ID.
All right.
Indeed.
Sounds good. Christian Garzone, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Time right now is 9:08. We still have a lot to get to coming up on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, the exciting event taking place starting today at Bristol Mountain.
Get your skis ready. And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We are back after this. Skiers and skiing fans alike, get ready for an event that is going to have you captivated, because starting today, Bristol Mountain is hosting the 2025 Toyota US Freestyle Aerial National Championship.
Yeah, it's a 4-day event. It hosts some of the nation's top athletes, and you could see it all play out. For more on the championship and what you can expect, we're joined now by Bristol Mountain Vice President Stephen Fuller. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me on.
I bet the mountain is just bustling with activity this morning. You guys must be excited.
We are. You know, it's we had some cold temperatures, some fresh snow, and we have a great aerial site ready for all our athletes to train this week and compete on Friday and Saturday.
So talk to us, Stephen. If I only wish I could do some of the stunts and really have the coordination to ski. But as a spectator, if I were to come out, what can I expect to see over the course of those days?
Yeah, you're going to see the top athletes in the U.S., and they're going to be jumping and flipping and twisting 30 to 35 feet up in the air. It's going to be a pretty phenomenal sight. They have training for the next 2 nights. So from about 4 to 6:30 for tonight and tomorrow night, we're going to be training. And then on this Friday evening, starting at 5 p.m., we're going to host U.S. selections, which is actually a pretty fun event because it's not only going to include the U.S. ski team and the best athletes in the U.S., but it's also going to include some of our local athletes as well. So they'll go toe-to-toe with at about 4 o'clock, and that will be, you'll see the best athletes in the U.S.
It is amazing just watching them, looking at that video that we were just showing. How long does somebody train to get to that level?
It's years and years. So they'll start, you know, we have athletes right now that are about 10, 12 years old that are starting to train, and their hope is in, 6, 7, 8 years that they'll be competing at that World Cup level, and then with hopes in the Olympics. So it takes a lot of time, like any sport or any activity. They dedicate their lives to it, and this is what they've done, and this is, after all that time, training and all the practice, whether it's, off season, in season, there is no off season because they're traveling around the world in search of snow. And then when there's not snow or cold weather, they're training indoors, they're training on water ramps. So they're always training. So it's pretty neat sport.
I can barely use the ski lift. Stephen, talk to us about the preps at Bristol. I imagine you guys have had this on the books for quite some time, but what do you do to prepare? What do you need to get done to make sure you're ready for not only the national championship, but I imagine the crowds of people that are going to be flocking there?
Yeah, so it's something that, we plan, months in advance. And as we start to get cold weather, we'll actually start to build the site. And that's been what we've been doing this last week. So over the last 4 or 5 days or so, it's putting new snow down on the aerial site. It's actually physically building these jumps. They're pretty impressive, and it takes, a day and a half to build each one of these. So there's a lot of lead time up to that. And then just getting the rest of the site, really squared up and getting everything exactly perfect. Because you can imagine, as these athletes are flipping, 30, 35 feet up in the air, they really need to have everything perfect and just right. So it's all the angles on the jumps, it's the landing site, it's all the fresh snow and the angles on the landing. There's so much that goes into it because they really are doing some incredible feats in the air. We want to make it, as consistent and safe for them as possible. And then as far as all the crowds, we are expecting busy crowds. We're also open for skiing and snowboarding Friday and Saturday as well. So it's going to be a busy weekend. So we do, we just want people to know that parking is going to be limited. There is no charge for the event. It's, all general admission. Whether you're skiing or snowboarding, you can actually ski the trails right next to these jumps, which is pretty neat. Or if you're just, in boots, you can, walk up to the bottom there to watch these athletes flip and twist.
This might be.
We do expect some busy crowds.
This might be a silly question, but I'm interested to know the answer. Okay, so we're seeing this video of these skiers go. They go down off of those jumps. Is that all just snow, or is there some sort of platform structure underneath that and then snow packed around it?
Yeah, not a silly question at all. It's actually all snow. As square and as straight as all that is, it's all made out of snow. And that's what a lot of the preparation is, leading up to today, is really getting all those jumps looking just perfect and getting everything square and all the angles right. But that's all snow.
And what are they being judged on? How does the judging process work?
Yeah, so they're judged on amplitude, so how high they go. They're judged on how tight and how straight their lines are. So when they flip and they twist, are their arms kind of flailing, are their legs flailing, are their knees bent, or are they really straight and they tight and, similar to like diving, like high diving. So it's really about form.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like an exciting event. And I'm sure you guys are well prepared for it and really, chomping at the bit to get this going.
Yeah, best of luck. We're so excited to see how it all plays out, and have a great couple of days. Enjoy the weekend. And if you at home are interested in going, we will put all of the information that you need to know over on foxrochester.com. I think it's on 13 WHAM as well.
It is. Stephen, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. All right, take care.
Take care.
Time right now is 9:18. We still have a lot to get to here. When we come back, we are once again going behind the story.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. We're going behind the story once again, getting the latest information on some of the top news headlines.
Yeah, and we want to turn to some major changes coming to social media giant Meta. Facebook and Instagram both getting rid of fact checkers in favor of a replacement. Bless you.
Thank you very much. Stephanie Joseph is in the newsroom once again for us with the latest. Steph, what can you tell us?
Yeah, guys, so Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced yesterday that the platforms will no longer feature third-party fact-checking in what he says is an effort to promote free speech. Now, he went on to say fact-checkers have become, quote, too politically biased and will be replaced with a community note system similar to the one used by Elon Musk's company X, where users decide what posts are misleading. Critics say the change will lead to more misinformation, arguing misleading posts will gain more attention.
I think that's the fear for a lot of people who are hearing this news. Why does Zuckerberg want to make this change?
Yeah, so as I said before, it's in terms of those, quote, too politically biased comments that may be made. We know that he has faced criticism in the past. And actually, just to go through a little bit of history for when exactly Meta started with fact checks, that started in 2016, December 2016, I want to say. And that was just after President-elect Donald Trump was elected to his first term in response to criticism that fake news was spreading on its platforms. So we know that there was a team actually built to deal with this. It was of 100 organizations in over 60 languages in order to get at this. And another point to make with President-elect Donald Trump is that we've seen recently with Elon Musk, for example, being friends with Trump and also having a position in his administration, the Department of Government Efficiency, as well as Zuckerberg trying to get into his good graces as well. We know that Meta and Amazon had donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund in December, and Zuckerberg even had dinner with him in Mar-a-Lago at Florida.
And Steph, wondering when all of this is going to take effect.
Yeah, guys, so at this point right now, there are plans to have it phased in over the next couple of months, and that goal is to continue to improve it over the course of the year. So people can actually sign up Facebook, Instagram, Threads for the ability to be among the first contributors to this program. And so again, just to emphasize what exactly these community notes would look like, they would require agreement between people with a range of perspectives. This is directly from Meta's website, might I add, to help prevent those biased ratings that they had mentioned before. So they're written and rated by contributing users.
Okay, so we know that Zuckerberg and the president-elect have a history. We know that they had dinner together at Mar-a-Lago late last year. What is the reaction from the president-elect regarding this announcement?
Yeah, and in just a moment, we'll play sound from him, but basically good, to put it in just a word. Let's see if we can hear from him here.
Well, I watched their news conference, and I thought it was a very good news conference. I think they've come a long way. Meta, Facebook, I think they've come a long way. I watched it. The man was very impressive. I watched it on Fox. I'm not allowed to say that. Say it?
Do you think he's directly responding to the threats that you have made to him in the past? With these
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So just another point there, we were talking about the impact that the incoming administration has on policies on different platforms. So obviously Trump confirming that he had something to do with this.
All right. Steph, thanks for the report. We appreciate it. Time right now is 9:25.
Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
Good Wednesday morning and welcome back to ARC Rochester. Thanks for sticking with us for the past 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Do you think they have?
No.
Any chance? So, listen, okay, I'm gonna put out the message. If you woke up with us this morning at 4:57 a.m., I'm taking a personal survey. I want to know if you're still watching us. Let me know. Reach out.
Yeah, please let us know.
We're interested.
Yeah, and thanks if you have been.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so we still have another half hour, so if you've
We
been
do.
here this long, you may as well stick around. And it's time for everybody's favorite part of Wednesday.
Spatchcock funk.
Yeah. They claim that this dish is going to be everyone's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Pizza.
it is. It's pizza.
Let's get into it.
Spatchcock funk in your area. Today we are making cast iron pizza. The cast iron skillet is one of the baddest things you're gonna see in the kitchen. I picture that Wonder Woman, she cooks with this. Superman, I think he uses this to cook with. We like it too because it's heavy metal, y'all, and we go hard with that. As a kid growing up, seeing my mom, seeing my dad cook up, you knew when the cast iron skillet came out, something good was coming right after. And that's what we're using today. Now I'm wearing gloves because this cast iron skillet has been in our oven at 500 degrees for 20 minutes. After that, what we're gonna do is you're gonna put around 2 tablespoons of olive oil, use some gloves like I have on now, or oven mitts, put the oil in the pan, and then take a paper towel, and then just move it around the pan so you're covering it, because what we're making is delicious pan pizza with a perfectly thick, beautiful crust. So what we're doing, we've got our dough already rolled out here. We're gonna put a combination of a little cornmeal and sugar on here because it gives a cool texture to it as it bakes. So from there, take your dough and put it into the pan. Now it's gonna be hot, but you'll be okay if you just touch the dough and form it around the edge of the pan itself. Now let's get into the toppings. We are making a truffle and parm pizza with some protein, some flavors. It's awesome. We made a basting oil a couple days before. We used garlic, olive oil, some black truffle oil, and Italian seasoning. Do it for a couple days, and then what you're gonna get is a really, really robust flavor. So put that all over the base, the cheese course. We've got a little bit of mozzarella that we're gonna do all over the place because mozzarella, great color, great flavor. Then the thick slices of parm. Now we're also using ricotta. This is our third cheese with like a couple dollops, maybe 4 or 5 around the pizza in different places. The most important part of the dish for us, black truffles. Spread these generously throughout the dish. Make them everywhere. There are these beautiful, fantastic mushrooms that add a lot of flavor. We've got some sliced thin, already cooked chicken mild Italian sausage. For some more color, we're dropping on some sun-dried tomatoes in between. So now we've got some black, some red, some white. I'm gonna go one more time with a little bit of mozzarella cheese over the top, just a little bit. Then we've got some Italian seasoning that we sprinkle so it really melts onto the cheese. It'll look really cool. And last, some fresh Italian parsley. Now, you're gonna put it back into your oven, 500 degrees again, ripping hot for 8 to 11 minutes. Yeah, look at that. Cast iron. Wonder Woman, she will be loving this pizza right now. We're gonna slice it. And because we go at it, we're gonna just make big quarter slices because that's what we wanna do right now. Look at this pizza. The melty cheese, the chicken sausage, the truffle, that's where it's at. We got that perfect crispy bottom, a nice pan pizza. Cast iron skillet forever.
We're settling into 2025, and maybe you're looking for some products to help you keep your resolutions and reach your goals.
Well, this morning, our friend Kelly Springer has got you covered. She joins us now with more on some of the favorite products of 2025. Good morning.
Good morning. We're so excited for 2025. It's going to be a great year.
We certainly hope so.
Well, I have some great products. These are some of the best products for 25, and these are products that I truly use in my own home. So let's start first with Body Clock. So Body Clock is a cutting-edge supplement designed to work with your body's natural circadian rhythm, and it supports better sleep, which, come on, we can all use better sleep, right?
Yeah, I'm literally, no offense, I can't stop yawning today, Kelly.
It's not.
So I was legit yawning when you were saying that.
This is for you, and we'll make sure to get some samples over to you guys. So I'll get your address by the end to send you some of these, because I'm telling you, it's going to help with energy throughout the day. And it includes adaptogens and vitamins to truly enhance metabolism and reduce stress, which we all could really use as well. So it's perfect for balancing health naturally in today's busy world. So you can find Body Clock right at bodyclock.com. But this is truly a perfect product for 2025.
What does it taste like? How do you consume it?
You consume it. It is a supplement. It's easy to take. You just take it with a glass of water, which you know we want hydration as well, which leads us perfectly into Natrava as well, because you can see our glass of fluid sitting in front of us here too. So Natrava is a plant-based wellness brand committed to sustainability. It features clean, non-GMO ingredients, and it is backed by science. And you know, as a registered dietitian, everything we do has to be backed by science and evidence-based practices. And everything that we have here today is just that. But Natrava supports immune health, which is fantastic. We know there's a lot going on here in central New York with stomach bugs and sickness. So this can truly help bump up that immune system and again, help with digestion and energy levels, which we all want as well.
Kelly, does it have a flavor or is it flavorless?
It does. It's going to have a great cherry flavor. It tastes so good. It is beets. So a lot of times when people think of the word beet, they're like, oh, I don't know if I like that. This tastes delicious. I personally am a huge beet fan. I have been since I was a little teeny kid. But this is a great flavor for all ages. My kids love it. I love it. And it's a really easy way to get in nutrients and vitamins. And it truly is great for you. And it's something you can feel good about. And you can get this at natravahealth.com or on Amazon.
Beets also have a lot of other benefits. One that comes to mind is its anti-inflammatory properties.
Absolutely. So I just did a talk yesterday. It was really cool down in Albany for the state. And we were talking about just that, about antioxidants and truly getting real food products like this that can help bring down inflammation and truly help with blood pressure, helping to reduce cholesterol. So these are some great products that can help with that too.
And Kelly, how often should somebody be consuming something like that?
You can consume this every single day. This is a great way to start your day or to get it in at that slump right around the 3 o'clock time to kind of boost that natural energy.
One last question about it, and then I'll let you move on. Can I mix it into a smoothie or something, or do I need to just be drinking it solo? If I want some cherry flavor and I want the beets in my breakfast smoothie, can I do that?
You can do that. That's a fantastic question. And you can also mix it in with like a yogurt. You could mix it in with a whole bunch of different foods. So lots of different ways to be able to utilize this. Yeah.
I like it. I dig it. What else you got, Kelly?
All right. Finally, this is really exciting. Drum roll here, right? Huge drum roll. Can you do our drum roll for us? I know you can. So finally, after 9 years, we have our first book. We wrote a book. So this is the new weight loss era, and we are truly going to be navigating nutrition with a dietitian's expertise. So this is truly going to give you all the nutrition.
And that, I imagine, has years and years of expertise in it.
You truly have no idea. This is 9 years in the making with testimonials from the people that we have been able to help. It has research tied in and really explains where we've been in the way of weight loss and where we're going. This is our transformation program in this book. So the transformation program leads you through a journey through carbohydrates, proteins, fats. It is the #1 way that we are able to educate our clients and get them to their goals. So basically, no matter where you are in nutrition, you would be benefiting from reading this book. And you can get it now on Amazon. So if you just type in Kelly Springer or you type in the new weight loss era, you're gonna see this pop right up. And it's also going to be available on our Audible as well.
It's really interesting because you think about weight loss in like the 90s and the early 2000s, and the message there, limiting your foods and, you know, avoiding other certain foods. But it seems like this new generation is all about adding the right foods into your diet.
100% correct. It is about what we are putting into our bodies, not taking away. So just 2 days ago, I educated in 8th grade. It was really fantastic. We were talking about just that, about how if we add in fruits and vegetables, how it's gonna add in fiber and nutrients and vitamins. If we add in proteins, you're adding in those amino acids. So you're exactly right, and that's what this book is about. It's a how-to to truly improve your health.
Kelly Springer, it's always a pleasure. Hit them with the website. Where can they go to learn more about you, your services, and all of these products?
You guys are the best. It's kellyschoice.org. You can book your dietitian today. Almost all of our dietitian services are fully covered by your insurance plan. So make sure to go to the website, check right there, and you can have your own personalized dietitian.
Excellent. Thank you, Kelly Springer. We appreciate it. Time right now is 9:43. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're learning more about a college course aimed to help students overcome a very specific fear.
Ooh, interesting. We'll tell you more after the break. $9:45. You want it?
Nah.
Okay. It's time to see what the truth comes out, people. 9:45, time to see what people are talking about this morning in our segment Trending Now. Let's get to our first story that's helping some students face their fears.
Yeah, a university in the UK has introduced a brand new course aimed at teaching phone confidence and etiquette to those who have phone call anxiety.
Oh my goodness.
Get over it.
Talking on the phone is apparently a real fear. It's known as telephonophobia.
Symptoms include terror, heightened distress, extreme nervousness, nausea, an increase in heart rate, shortness of breath, dizziness, and muscular tension. That's just how I live right there. That's
honestly,
state.
that's not. Listen, I find a phone call relaxing compared to reality.
A little escape from reality.
Yeah, recent research shows that even some college students avoid calling on the phone altogether because they are scared.
Yeah.
So the college course comes with complete practical classroom-based sessions.
Yeah, students are strengthening their telephone skills in a series of role-play activities, including answering questions that are commonly asked in interviews.
Oh man, students who have taken the course say it has helped tremendously.
Do you know how many phone calls I would make in a day when I was working as a like a reporter out on the street?
Yeah.
Do you know? Just take a guess.
I probably the same as me? I don't know.
At least 15 to 20 every single day.
Every day. Absolutely.
Like, and cold calling people.
Yeah.
Where you have no idea if this is actually the right person. You are just hoping and praying.
It's a shot in the dark.
And you're hoping that they're not going to yell at you either, which they usually did. But
I find it fascinating, a bit jarring that people cannot have conversations. They don't know how to communicate beyond going like this and hitting send and then sitting here and continuing to swipe.
I know. I wanted to call you last night. Someone was asleep.
I know. Listen, I was. It didn't work well because it didn't last long enough.
It's fine. It's all right. Okay, so long story short, you know what? Maybe this will help people.
Yeah, I'm on board because of that.
If it gives confidence, awesome, great.
Yeah.
I just think, like, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Literally,
Come
right
on.
now.
Figure it out. Let's move on. One utensil is electrifying the food scene, promising to shock your taste buds. Okay, I saw this.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's pretty cool. The annual CES Tech Conference in Las Vegas, while they were there, a company introduced the electric salt spoon.
The gadget is described as bringing the salt without the sodium. It works by sending a gentle electric current to your tongue when eating, amplifying the salty and umami notes in every bite without actually adding any sodium.
The spoon offers users 4 levels of saltiness to choose from. Over 90% of the people in the U.S. consume more than the daily recommended amount of salt.
Yeah, the spoon, though, was designed to amp up the flavor of low-sodium diets without canceling out the health benefits.
The spoon launched in Japan in 2024. No word if it's going to hit the market in the U.S.
And so
cool.
it's got 3 levels, and you actually have to hold 2 specific spots on the spoon when you dive in to eat it, and then when you pick up the scoop, you actually have to let the electricity do its work before you can take a bite.
Okay, so it's like slowing down the eating process.
It does slow down the eating.
But that's good because that's healthy for you.
Exactly. You're not inhaling your food. What?
I know it's going to catch up with me at some point.
Well, so you start to cut back now.
I can't. I really can't.
Not going to happen.
No, I would put salt on my salt. If
Yeah?
I could. Yeah, I would eat it by the spoonful.
Listen, we can. It's worth a shot.
If you want to buy it for me,
I'll bring you one back. How's that sound?
There we go.
Hey, let's move on to another food story this morning. We do have some good news and some bad news. The good news, I didn't realize it was that time of year. It's Girl Scout cookie season.
The bad news, 2 of their beloved flavors will be discontinued after this year. Wait, I'm scared.
I know.
Hold on.
No, don't tell me this. The Girl Scouts of the USA announced the s'mores and the toast-yay. I don't know what the toast-yay is.
I think it's like French toast, I think.
They're heading to the vault? No, the s'mores are the ones. I dropped a sleeve of the s'mores in the newsroom like 5 years ago, and I picked every one of those cookies off that nasty carpet and ate them.
That carpet hasn't been washed in decades.
I didn't care.
And I'm devastated for you. I really, really am.
The s'mores, they were a vegan cookie, and they were delicious.
Are there any other vegan Girl Scout cookies?
There are a couple of others, but none that I liked The peanut butter patties, those ones are vegan.
Those ones are good.
Those are great.
We housed a pack of those out here one time.
I'm sure we did.
We did.
I try and block things like that from my memory so I don't feel so bad about myself when I leave
broke
work.
my hand when I tried to get in there.
I don't doubt it. Okay, this is the first time they've announced flavor being discontinued ahead of time. They say they want to give customers a chance to stock up on their favorite cookies. So listen, if you or someone you know sells Girl Scout cookies, buy them, send them to the station. No, I won't pay you back, but it's your good deed for the day.
4225
West Henrietta Road.
Yes. All right, don't forget, Girl Scout cookie runs through April.
Okay, another unique food trend. A lot of food stories this morning.
I'm starving. So
this is making pickles more attractive.
It's called Glickles.
No.
Ew.
Oh,
that
no.
is disgusting.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Glickles. They're also known as glitter pickles.
It went viral on TikTok.
I've seen it.
People have been filling jars of pickles with edible glitter. It's probably the same people that decorate their refrigerators.
And the ones that eat Tide Pods. This.
Is it edible glitter?
Yeah.
I have edible glitter at my house that I use for decorating desserts.
Yeah, you would never put it on pickles.
What is this sound, Ashley?
I don't know. I can't stand the sound. Let's kill the audio.
Okay, so yeah, it makes them look like they're shimmery and shiny, and I'm sure it does like weird things to
Floating
your tongue.
in a pool of shimmery and shine,
Yeah,
it says.
that's what it
Gross.
says. Those who have done it say it creates a hypnotizing sight that looks more fun to eat.
These are the same people that can't make phone calls. Okay?
Dan.
It's the truth. It's the truth. You know it's true. Glitter pickles can be made with any kind of pickle. Even Jimmy John's jumped on this trend. Who's Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John, the sub place.
Oh, okay.
It's a sandwich place.
And seriously, they're selling glittered pickles?
That's just, it's ew.
You want to know what that is? That is asinine. That is what that is.
You only bring that word out if something's really bothersome.
Well, and it does, because do we not have better things to do with our time in our life than put glitter on pickles? I ask you this in all seriousness.
Can you believe that people don't like this segment? It blows my mind.
Listen, I'm fine with the segment. I'm not fine with that kind of stuff.
It looks goopy and clumpy.
What do we look?
Oh. Yeah. See what I mean?
You have to shake it.
And then you're ripping it and it's getting everywhere.
And it's everywhere. It's on your. This is disgusting. This is disgusting, and these people belong in jail. Stick around. Our final thoughts, if that wasn't enough, when we come back.
Oh boy.
Time for our final thoughts here on Final thoughts here on Arc Rochester. We're getting to the poll of the day. This morning, we wanted to know what your favorite winter sport is. Your options, Abigail?
Yeah, skiing slash snowboarding, snowshoeing, running, or something indoors. The results, something indoors.
Oh, how do you like that? People want to stay warm. If it's making winter shiny pickles, go fly a kite. That does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 over on the other channel. What is it?
13 Wham ABC. We'll see you later today. 13 Wham News at midday.
Have a good one.